I just want to have one full stop moment, right?
Sure.
So
Get it.
if any of you believe that there is absolutely no possibility that there is a nefarious content to the idea that the world is heating up, you're mistaken. And what the full stop moment is this: there is an Agenda 21. It is online for the world to see from the UN. The United Nations has produced Agenda 21 and Agenda 30. And they spell out the sustainability project and why it's conducive to mankind's existence to, remove large portions of human populations to coastal cities and allow the central sections of the land masses to be taken up by
Yeah, but does it
reconstituted.
say that specifically that they want to
Right.
take out the population, or is
No,
it
it does. Well,
worded
here's the thing,
differently?
but it doesn't. It doesn't. Right. But there's the sustainability project is far-reaching bureaucracy that allows energy companies to dictate when you can use electricity and when you can't, and when uh, you can build a pond on your own property, or if you can cut down a tree. There's they want to be able to control um, the not agricultural, but the land. They want to be able to dictate what you do and how you do it. They want to take away private property, for instance, and have large portions of the populace move in together and exist in harmony. That's going to magically happen. But here's the thing: people hear Agenda 21, they hear depopulation. Read it. If you've never read the Agenda 21, it is your duty to understand what it says in Agenda 21. Because here's the thing: once you do that, you'll see that there are two trains of thought. There is one train of thought that is trying to convince you that the world is heating up and that we need to watch what our carbon footprint does so that we can prevent that global temperature from going awry.
Mhm.
There's another train of thought that says we need to depopulate the earth. There needs to be considerably less numbers of people. That there's 7.5, which I agree with in some ways. There's 7.5 coming to 8 billion people on the planet. And any thinking person can't help but agree that that's a lot of people, right? And when you start fishing out the world oceans in certain portions of the world because you're trying to feed those people, sustainability becomes a real thought to real people. But we are not God,
Yeah,
right?
but if you have information that gets to flow to other people, I do believe I don't believe in a scarcity model because
Mm,
if you look at nature, nature is constantly growing. It's constantly what the
right.
problem is, not enough people are contributing. Most people are
Mm,
consumers. They're mindless consumers.
mhm.
They are not producing. So if you have billions of people, all the
We
people
do.
who are sitting on their ass,
We do.
if they're contributing and they're
Mm.
farming and but the problem is that these people are buying up farms and they're not. But I believe our earth is plentiful. I do
Mm.
believe that
Well, so
it regenerates,
yes, but
correct?
here,
So
but
we go
here,
through
so let
seasons
me
and it
finish the
grows new
train of
food.
thought.
Sure.
And so, which is easier to sell to the populace? If for fact you can admit that, like you can get online right now and look at the UN Agenda 21, it is real. It is not a fucking fake conspiracy. Agenda 21 exists. And for you to try to deny something that you could easily get online and determine that it exists and it's there is disgusting. It's abhorrent for you to ever say that it's a conspiracy theory when all you have to do is get online and it's there. It exists.
Well, fear is a
So
powerful
the
tool.
UN, listen to me now. The UN it's going to be incredibly difficult. They already know this. It's going to be incredibly difficult for the United Nations to sell to the world that we need to all start, depopulating. That we need to have less people. That it would be better for the world that if a large portion of us weren't here, right? That's going to upset some people, but it's a lot easier to sell an idea that we need to watch our carbon footprint and try to reduce the
Yes.
overall amount of carbon. But here's the thing. There's a catch-22 in it all, in that if you actually were to make it possible to reduce the overall amount of carbon in the Earth's atmosphere, you are going to reduce our ability to feed 7.5 billion people. Because if you succeed in reducing the amount of carbon, you succeed effectively you succeed in reducing the crop yield. So if you prevent yields from corn, soybeans, all these crops that are feeding the world from being produced. So if you, let's say for instance, you cut it down by 15%. If you cut down the world food supply by 15%, people are going to fucking die, right? People are going to starve. Right now in 2020, we've actually found a way to feed these people, right? We have less overall famine where people actually starve to death of bloated belly, that, you know, from protein deficiency. We have found a way to feed these people and we're doing it. But if you succeed in reducing the overall amount of carbon, you succeed in killing people. I want you to, so when you think about doing that, understand that your desire to reduce the overall carbon in the Earth's atmosphere means that you're going to be killing people. You are going to cause people to starve to death. That's absolutely true. You can look it up. When you reduce carbon, you reduce yield. And you can look at any greenhouse studies that show more carbon means larger plants, means bigger yield.
Yeah, because they bring in carbon dioxide, they breathe that in, and they give off.
Well, so what you do when you increase the amount of carbon in a greenhouse, you make it so the plant doesn't have to use as much water. You make it so the plant grows faster and produces more fruit, vegetables, whatever it grows, that people eat. So let me tell you this, it's infinitesimal. All the vehicles running on the planet Earth is reduced down to, if you could run all of them all year long, it would be about the same as lighting a single match in a 2,000 square foot home once a year, right? And that's every carbon fuel burning vehicle on the planet Earth. It's infinitesimally small. The largest portion of the carbon is released from the world's ocean in relation to our position to the sun, in relation to our how close or far away we are. And there was a time when we thought we were going to freeze, right? With that, we thought that oh my God, there's going to be another ice age in the world, and that was a big thing before the 70s. And now they think, oh no, we're heating up, with no evidence. People just eat it.